Time now for your forewarned weather with Nate Larson.
You could see that fire behind Cannon there. He said he talked about the wind, and we know that's the big driver of this fire tonight.
Yeah, our severe weather season, right? We're not dealing with tornadoes, but definitely with strong winds and dangerous fire conditions. Winds, let's show you some of the winds that we're expecting to continue. So unfortunately, we do have a few more days of elevated winds, and those fire conditions are hanging on. Future wind speeds showing some relief overnight, but as the storm system to the northwest continues to approach, those winds are going to continue to crank out of the southwest. These are future wind speeds estimated to be anywhere from 15 to 30 miles per hour, gusting 40 to 45 on Friday. Could have them gust to 50, even 55 on Saturday. Temperatures are dropping, so that's kind of the silver lining. We'll still see elevated winds across southern Utah. That's into Saturday now with your future wind speeds. We're still elevated this evening as well. Colonial Flagshot, 91 degrees still in Salt Lake City after a record high today. It was a gorgeous day. Way to beat the heat, of course, up in the higher elevations. Brandon Bates up at Alpine Loop showing off some of the greenery, even still some of the banks of snow on the north aspects of the mountain ranges here. Also at Bridalveil Falls, gorgeous conditions there. Previous record 101 degrees from 1940, so this is our first triple-digit day of the season. It came early. Typically it's July 7th that we have our first triple-digit day. Not the earliest ever though. That's back in 2021, June 4th. 2021, that was a very hot year. We also had 34, I think, triple-digit days that year. Usually we have about 5 to 8. So satellite and radar showing high pressure. This is what's driving our weather pattern right now, in conjunction with this trough of low pressure to the northwest of us, pulling up hot and dry air. As those two systems get closer, this ridge starts to shift east, but the sandwiching between the pressure gradient between those two storm systems is what's driving the winds. Some of the smoke visible. This is Phoenix, Hemsworth, and Cedar City. You can see that very visible with the sun going down there. We've been keeping track of Bryce Canyon as well. You can see the smoke billowing up from the south towards the north, and we're going to continue to see, of course, impacts from these large fires that are burning. The new fire, the Forsyth fire, showing up there just north of Pine Valley. And we talked about the winds continuing. There are actual wind advisories for areas of eastern Utah, including the Tooele Valley for tomorrow, along with some of the red flag warnings that are staying in place as well. So upper level futurecast, what change is heading our way? This trough of low pressure, it will bring cooler temperatures. In fact, it's a total flip-flop from where we have been, from record highs, not record low highs, but it's going to feel a little bit more like spring out there on Sunday across the northern portion of the state before we warm back up next week, as we should tumble into the 70s. Yeah, 30 degrees cooler than what we were today by Sunday. In St. George, 102, so still hot for the first official day of summer. 98 on Saturday. Windy all the way through Sunday in southern Utah. So critical fire weather still hanging on, but winds should start to taper off late Sunday. Breezy Monday. And on Tuesday, temperatures starting to rebound back to triple-digit heat on Wednesday, Thursday. And then for the Wasatch Front. Again, not a record tomorrow, but very hot, 98. We dropped to 78 on Saturday. Clouds increasing late Saturday with just 72 on Sunday. Overnight lows in the 50s up in our valleys. Outside of the Wasatch Front could be in the 40s. It's going to feel a little chilly out there, but then we're quick to rebound as well. High pressure takes back over. We're in the mid-80s Tuesday, 90s, even upper 90s Wednesday, Thursday next week. We're going to stop for a quick break. Stay with us. We'll be right back.